Hey Dave, it's Monday. 3 degrees Celsius, right? In the past week, we had temperature of the day go from 74 degrees Fahrenheit to 24 degrees Fahrenheit. What a weird time for weather and a weird time to be human. We are just beginning to see the ripples of this, and no one is invincible to this. Hello from the COVID-19 cases country epicenter on planet Earth. I've been watching the Worldometer online for 5 minutes daily every day just to see what's happening, and it's terrifying and fascinating to see all of this happening in the data set in real numbers over time. I also saw a video from Joe Hansen about flattening the curve and the exponential growth of a lily pad on a pond. In 54 out of 60 days, an entire lily pad pond is full of lily pads exponentially growing from starting with one. That's of course if there's no effort to flatten the curve or stop the spreading at all, but it's interesting to compare that with COVID-19 right now. My routine hasn't really drastically changed other than things that I've done as hobbies being canceled. One of my coworkers mentioned very common grocery store places being like lined up and people getting stuff, and then like grocery stores down the street having like little to no people show up. I think this is because people have similar courses of action when thinking that panic buying or consumerism is going to solve the problem of their panicked mental state. Doing something is sort of the thing that gets rid of the stress, even if that action taken isn't really helpful. A mental routine accompanied by some kind of drastic action feels better than almost like sitting on an emotion and waiting for it to pass. Sitting in the stress of whether to stay in the same place or do something or go somewhere. Not every current present moment is an emergency. The challenge comes in being prepared for an emergency you can take action when it happens. What does this say about humanity when we get to the point that grocery stores are overwhelmed when there's only a handful of actually confirmed cases in a place that we are? Or even before that. Before church got canceled for the time being, I lent my previous life's library book, Parable of Sower, to my church accompanist. And now that book is all I can think about because the central lesson of that book, among many, is that a community, or really like humanity in this matter, can have a shared goal that doesn't require a fueled other. This global pandemic has basically found so many people across the world. It's found everyone, or will find everyone, because it relies on how interconnected we all are. It's an alive thing that we can't easily see. It's closer to something like an idea, but it's not an idea because it's actually real. Lauren in Parable of Sower said, "All that we touch changes, and all that we touch changes us." And it has, and it is, and it will. When we get through this, there will be a permanency to this new normal that we have faced. And I agree with you that we shouldn't shy away from something like this. Our response through this, together as a species, will earn us the results that we get. And it is hard and worthy to unite over unsolvable and unattainable challenges. And to stick to what we believe in, not abandoning our values. Not that this is an unsolvable, unattainable thing that we have to face. There's certain new normals that get introduced in life where you can never go back to the way things exactly were. If we weren't as connected as we are right now, we would not be able to respond to it as we are right now. So I've got changes to make and ways to serve and matter. The only way out is through, and the only way through is together, Dave. Stay safe, and I'll see you Thursday.